Welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. Once again, I am Nick, and in this character spotlight, we're looking at Saren, an excellent support character. Lots of buffs, a little bit of damage, and I just noticed Ayane's in the background with the bear on a stick again. All right, Saren is a character that has been around for quite a long time. If you've seen the Princess Connect anime, she is there. She's kind of like a merchant business lady and everything. And, well, she definitely gets the business with her skills and everything. So let's get into them. Skill number 1, Fire Slash. Physical attack to the frontline enemies. So basically everything that's just kind of standing up front or closely grouped together. Small physical attack. Nothing all that big. Her second skill is Elegance Ale. Okay, something like that. It is technique point recovery for the nearest ally. Okay, so whoever's standing close to her is going to get a nice little boost to their technique points, and it's actually a pretty good chunk. So that could definitely get some other characters' union burst off. Nice little thing. Her EX skill is physical attack power up, and if you happen to have her at 5 stars or higher, the physical attack power goes up even more. Real simple, cut to the chase. Her Union Burst. Sword of Phoenix. It is a frontline attack that does more damage the lower her hit points are. I never really liked that mechanic. I mean, it does some okay damage. It's average to below average damage, right? But if her hit points are, significantly less, and I have no idea what the calculation is, it's going to do more and bring it up to about average. So the whole mechanic kind of sucks, to be honest. It's just that. But she does get a 6-star. She gets a 6-star, and it turns that Union Burst into End of Phoenix. The AoE attack, instead of just hitting the front lines, is now going to hit everybody. It's going to do more damage the lower her hit points are. Again, overall, when they hit that 6-star, it does do significantly more damage, regardless of hit points. But if your hit points are a little low, there you go. I really hate that mechanic because it's hard to gauge it, and you don't want your characters getting low on hit points to begin with, so there's that. On top of that, though, it greatly increases physical and magic attack power of all allies based on their hit points. It's a freaking mechanic again. So the lower the hit points, higher the buff. I don't like that. I really just don't. But the thing is, if she happens to off cast it when she's really, really low on hit points, it's a lot. But you don't want her low on hit points because then the character dies. Okay, get onto her equipment. Special equipment. Glorious Feather. As you can see, I haven't leveled it up that much. What it does is it upgrades her skill number 1, the Fire Slash, so that it also benefits from the low hit point buff. So in other words, this piece of equipment's kind of worthless overall. Yeah. Okay. Let's go have her get me a spear. Man, I do like this character, but I actually found myself not really using her that much early on. But I think I probably should have. All right, now this character early on in my career, I guess you could say, I didn't really use her that much, like hardly at all, even though I saw other people using her and I kind of had to learn why. And it's not the fact that, her attacks are meh, but it's more for that technique point recovery and for the Union Burst stuff. But the thing is, her regular Union Burst doesn't really do much. You throw her in there for that TP gauge for somebody else to get it off really quick. And in all reality, that's all you used her for at that point. It really is. Now, when she hit that 6-star, that changed the game. Because her little Phoenix Blast here or whatever, the End of Phoenix skill, it really, really buffs everyone else's abilities up. And that's where she started to shine. So then I started to use her. But I also found myself using her kind of more in PvP. Because, think about it. PvP, you want to get your Union Burst off as quick as possible. Whoever's standing next to her is going to get that TP gain. They're going to get their Union Burst off really, really quick. And then in turn, hopefully she survives long enough to do some really good AoE damage, because it can hurt, depending. It can hurt. And that buff. So she's kind of more geared for the arena rather than standard other groups. Now, that's not to say that she doesn't fit well in groups, right? You know, it's all about physical attack damage for her. But, you know, she does boost up that magic attack power and everything too once you get her at the 6 star. If she's not at the 6 star, then it almost doesn't matter. It's just like whatever group that you want to, somebody close to her, and she's a mid-ground, to get that technique point increase. And I've experimented with that a little bit, trying to figure out, you know, what is the exact thing to do. You know, where do I put that character? Do I just have another support character mid-ground? Can I try to get it to go to the back one or whatever? And it's hard to gauge. You know, I'll put her with a couple of support characters or whatever, and they're all standing around. I was like, okay, it should go to that one, and it goes to this one. And I don't know the logic behind it. So basically what I end up doing is, like, if she's a mid-ground character, I only put one other mid-ground character with her to pretty much make sure that that character is the one that gets buff. That's what you got to do with her. That's what you got to do with her. So at the end of the day, you know, if you're just beginning and you happen to get her or whatever, you know, is she worth leveling up? Meh, I'm going to say. Now, she is ranked really high. She can be incredibly useful as long as you have a character to kind of go with it to get the buff. Otherwise, in my case, you know, she's rated like an S tier character. She really is. Some people regard her as an SS tier character. I'm going to have to give my honest opinion. I don't regard her as that. I put her into arena. She doesn't seem to work out all that well. Granted, I haven't used her all that much, so take that with a little pinch of salt there. But for regular battles and everything, I've just basically ignored her. There's Summer Saren. That character is really good, and I'll go over her later. But this one, I've literally just ignored. I have lived without her, and I played the game just perfectly fine. So I'm going to have to say that you don't need her. If I didn't need her, early on, mid-game, whatever, if I didn't need her, I don't see why you guys should need her too. But, you know, if you have a limited amount of characters and everything, she'll fit in. She'll fit in just fine. Not necessarily one that you want to dive in and get right off the bat. Not necessarily a character that you want to throw all your attention at, but she'll be useful at some point in your Princess Connect Redive career. I'm going to leave it at that. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. And like I kind of mentioned Summer Saren or whatever. Summer Saren is actually considered like a top tier super triple S death best character. I will get to her in a later video, but you know, most of us are going to have to settle for her at the time being until like summer. Yeah. We'll see you in the next video.